Okay, we are officially started streaming. Oh, God damn. All right, we should get a couple in here fairly soon.
Pretty cool sound, doesn't it?
Forgot to hit the mute button there. All right, guys, welcome. All right, some guy. Hey, some guy. B bird. That'll work. All right, well, we got 10. We get about 20. We'll get it rolling. Well, strange times we find ourselves in. All right, we got there. We get all right. Some guy Von Machine. Hey, man. Von Machine. Some bird. Woo Wonka, what's up? Woo, did you post in here today? Yeah, you did. Ramp. Neo. Well, that's a good lineup here today. Just about the right amount. We're going to start with traditionals based on Grant F giving us a bunch of hot lead content. Erwin, what are you doing in here, man? Why aren't you? Maybe you're not trading today. I was wondering where you were over in the day trading room. Hey. Erwin, are you in your camper somewhere on your laptop? That's what I'm thinking. Bitcoin is going to zero, some other guy has said. The other some guy? Yeah, Bitcoin's going to zero. I get that comment a lot, actually, on my Bitcoin Fridays, which always amuses me. Why someone, like what? I just don't understand why someone goes around trolling. I don't know that. I just don't understand what the purpose of that is, why they're around trolling and making comment. Number one, their comments don't get through, but I get it all the time. Bitcoin's going to zero. You quit deceiving people. I don't get what their motive is. It's very hard to understand. Okay, we need 2 more here. We'll get rolling. Erwin, yes, you are I thought you might be, Erwin, on the holiday weekend. Erwin's got his new camper. Good for you, man. That's just a hunch, right? I didn't see you this morning. All right, here. So there. Oh yeah, shit. We got enough going. Okay, so let me get rid of the disclaimer. All right. So first up, well, let's see. So just to kind of recap here, as I should do, we kind of assume that most people know what we're doing with this live stream, but I know there's new people that pop in or check it out or, well, what's this all about? So just to recap, unlike so many other live streams where some guy comes on, maybe a great guy, but he just comes on, starts going through whatever he's doing, whatever he likes, whatever he sees, or whatever is requested. And while we do offer that, what we try to do is get our members to post the content so we can see what they're looking at, how they're coming along with adapting to our methodology. And I always use the analogy, I want them to teach it back to us. So that's really what we're doing here. That we think that's the strongest way to really lock in, as they say, right? If you want to really learn something, teach it. So we think that's good educational benefit. And then the side benefit here is that often there are great setups here. So anyone watching, and I've done it many times, well, I'll see something, I'm like, well, I hadn't even looked at that. Wow, that looks particularly good. So there's just, we think it serves a number of purposes here. Helps the members, helps those that are viewing that are interested in this technical approach, and perhaps some setups that you hadn't spotted, because we can't see. We can't see everything. So with that said, I've got first up here, this is Grant F, right? So anyone who's a regular watcher of these live streams will recognize his content. He's got a very unique style where he incorporates harmonic patterns into an Elliott pattern. It's very easy to do, very friendly to it, because these are all swings that are related to fibs. Well, not too hard to spot what's happened here. Golden zone. Right, so at the moment you're in an algo box here. The assumption is here that if we get down here into this, well, let's see. The one thing we could add here that he kind of inadvertently has it is the golden corner. Right, so this would be interesting. Right, so he's suggesting here that the potential reversal here. All right, this will be interesting to watch. Right, if we got here, we're not going to make the median line. Right, so he's playing the 20% here that we'd come back up to this structure here and then be looking to make that reversal, because at that moment in time, we'd be hitting the potential. It's heavy emphasis, potential, possible, whatever you want to, what P word you want to do, possible reversal zone, potential reversal zone. That's all it is, it's just potential, not, right? So you'd have a little bit of a internal battle here. If we got that close to the median line, we're not going to get there. Well, I mean, if you're long down here, are you terribly upset? The question would be, I think this trade here is easier to take. All right, I've got a swing in a 5. I come down in a 3. I'm at a golden zone. I'm at structure. Easier one to take than selling up here on the assumption that you're gonna play the 20, not the 80. Right? I shouldn't just assume everybody knows that. We have 80% odds of getting here, so you're gonna play the 20. Now you would have a nice win in your pocket coming off of this low. What would we be here? Costco, God, I do love Costco. 495 to 549, pretty nice trade. So you might consider this as an option trade. Or the other thing you could do, if you bought the option here, if you got that far, which would be just a massive winner for an option trade, now you sell the out of the money calls. Right? So if you get this pullback here, now you have a little profit to go along with here, the move that you'd have here, because you'd be deeply in the money. Okay, so not to digress too much into how you might approach that in the options market, but you've got a nice, he's got the potential for the up down. So who's going to get hit first? The one thing that there's a little bit of conflicting messages here. If you're taking the shorts up here, oh, let's see, let's see what we'd be looking at here. All right, this is kind of an interesting case study here. You'd be length of A projected from B. So the first assumption is we're not going to make 100, right? That this structural, this technical zone here is going to be enough to drive it down. This would be an interesting one to trade, and I think options would be the way to do it. So this is, not for everybody, but it's a nice technical setup. So first thing, you want this one to get filled first, right? That's the one that you want. Take it up. Now evaluate up here with nice profit in hand, assuming we get that, as to whether you want to play that short. Interesting one. Sorry, I might be hitting the mute button more often than usual today. It's very bad cedar fever here. Okay, so I think we covered that one. So anyone who's looking, there's a full trade plan for you. Ride it up, ride it down. Okay, so NVDA next up here, which certainly a lot of crypto people follow it. Let's get I'm going to copy here. So of course, note the consistency of his approach. Let's take this down here. What are we looking at? We're looking at a 30-minute on NVIDIA. Okay, well, this isn't hard to spot. What happened here? All right, so we're at a golden zone, and it's combined with just the structure of the price action here. All right, was resistance. They get through. Little test here. So now they're retesting here at a golden zone. So we get the reaction here off of this golden. Now we're back to the next golden. All right, so do you want to take that trade? Well, it's short. Shorter time frame here. So, but look at the risk reward here. This is the appeal here. That's really tight. Let's see if I got to bring that down a little bit. So he posted these yesterday when we were going to do it yesterday. I think that's locked. He may have that locked. So here's the potential golden. Is it locked? Yeah, it's locked. So let's bring it down. just a little bit. So we get 65 to the tick. Now, do you want that trade?
I don't hear you yet. Did you?
Oh,
unmute
sorry.
yourself?
It looks like you're there in 5. I mean, that's very tradable. Right? Same kind of thing. You could buy an at-the-money call here. It's been coming down, coming down, coming down. So calls will be more reasonably priced. Puts will be a little overpriced. You've got a very clear exit here. If you're gonna take this, I mean, you could give this more room. But right now, look, we got here 16 to 1, 24 to 1, 31, 5 to 1. Now that's assuming you can get in there in that little pocket. You know, these are tough to get, right? Because it just takes one little spike down. But you've got the benefit of the algo here, right? Now you do have an unfilled gap here, which would be a area of concern right there. So if it were me, I'd give that a little bit more room in case you get a gap fill move. I'd give it just a touch more. That's, what's that doing? I'm taking you all the way down to 11.58 to 1. You'd want to see this start. You would not want to see that roll back over. The RSI roll back over, and momentum would be waning. But the risk is so small here. Now, if you were thinking of this in an option trade, this is, and I talk about this a lot from watching hundreds and hundreds of clients do this. You got to maintain the discipline on the stop, right? So if you bought it in an option, you may not necessarily put a stop on your option price because that's not enough movement to really. I mean, your option's going to lose a little value just by the fact that it's going down rather than up, a little time decay. But you're not going to lose a lot there. And the temptation is to say, well, let's see what happens. Right? I watched hundreds and hundreds of people do that, and then it just drifts lower and lower, and then the time decay. And then even if you do get the move, the problem with that, right here, I'm getting too much into option trading here, but the problem with that is even if you get the move back, the time decay has eaten away at it enough to where now you're going to really need that move to offset that time decay to get you back in the money to drive it up. There's some issues there. So if you're taking this, but you're a little uncomfortable, we got all the risk in the background, the geopolitical risk here, and you're not sure what's the impact of the market, right? That's a low risk way to do it. But just maintain discipline. If it takes the stop out here, get out of the option, right? You'll be losing much less than if you go, oh, let's see what happens. So good. If I pull that back out, I mean, you kind of come back to why would you not take that trade? I doubt you're going to look at a lower risk because it's technical, right? The lower risk, higher reward. You've got a perfect setup. Even here now, it was perfect as well. Now, what comes off of it? See, we say this all the time. Well, I don't know if I want to take that one, but if I got a 5 off of that and I got a 3 on the return and it was at a golden, well, yeah, I'd consider that one. Well, there it is, right in your face. Right? If you're looking, are you going to find a better one today? I don't know that you will. So what would be the reason? Well, I don't have the capital. I don't like to trade stocks. I think I found something better. So I would love to see someone who's got a trade that can give me a full trading plan here, 12 to 11.5 to 1, 24 to 1, and 31 to 1. Who can give me that with that risk? I'd like to see that trade. Maybe we'll see it today. I would tell you right now that is a trade that if you're looking, and you've got an account to trade equities, why would you not take that? It's a great setup, Grant. Great one. So interesting trio. He's got Costco, NVIDIA, and Autodesk. Right. So I mean that is just that. There's a gift, right? It's handed to you. Win or lose here is not really what matters. It's will you pull the trigger there? Because that's as setting up that's as good a setup as you're ever going to see, ever. I'm not saying that flippantly. That's as good as they get. Well, I thought I'd find something, I was looking for Doge to do, 10x or 100x or 1,000x, so I didn't take that one. A little perspective, always a good idea. All right. We'll finish up with Autodesk. Now, what do we expect to see here? Right? That says 3 trades in a row. The first one had not gotten to the golden zone yet. You're in a waiting pattern. But do you see the consistency of what he does? It's what makes him such a good trader. It's why he has so much success. Everything is mapped out. It's thought through, and there's a full trading plan attached to it. Here are my 3 targets. Here's where I'm wrong. If I'm wrong here, is this going to do damage to my account? Well, only unless you put on so much size here that would have meaningful impact. I'm going to assume most would not do that. There's no reason to do that. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in a position to where that could hurt you? Geez, I wonder. Well, the only thing that could make this better would be if there was some structural support. Well, here we are again, right? So, I just said, show me a trade that's better. Well, I don't know if this is better, but it certainly is as good. Off the low. Oh, that's the COVID low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WXY into a golden at price at structure. Again, if you're looking, why would you not take that trade? You got all the. Say carbon copy of what we just looked at. Divergence and momentum. Now, of course, this can change, right? If this falls, these all go down, right? So it's not like, oh, divergence, it'll never come down again, right? So you can't. Divergence is fleeting. It's divergence now. How do we lock it in? Well, we got to have movement here, right? We got to at least look. This is I talk about this a lot, and people don't realize look how significant the 50 is here. Repeatedly, right? Get to the 50. Get to the 50, right? If we're going to have trend, it's got to get over the 50. Right? I would tell you 50 as important, equally as important. Yet most people, all they're looking at is 70 and 30. Grant just tease them up for you all day long, right? Just the bigger problem you have is, how much to allocate to each one of these, because every one is just stunningly good, right? Risk, reward, trade plan, all there, right? There's a model for success in the markets. All right, it can be done. Okay, I got James M with ETH. Now, let's see. He always gives me. Okay, so I got 3. I got 3 counts here. Okay, so I got. All right, let's see what's going on with ETH. Oh, I think we're going to be hard pressed to find anything better than the 3 we just looked at in trads. Okay, so I got to make a copy here, and he wants. Oh shit! I got bottom left. Okay, so he's giving me 3 views of this. Well, this might be so. Of course, now this is James, very skilled Elliottician. So if he's got 3 views, the first thing that should tell you is, wait a minute, we got 3 counts here. A lot of confusion. Let me get that off here. Okay, well this clearly contained the market. Now with that break, everything you were looking for happened, right? You got you got to the median line here, right? Upper parallel. So this is, that looks like a 125. With the break here, we break structure. Right here, you're breaking that structure. Down you go. So this one, I'm going to just hide for a sec. So here's what's in play. Did we get the median line? It looks pretty damn close. Yeah, it just missed. Well, let's see. Are we right on it? Well, it looks pretty good. You got to get right on it. That's pretty good. So there. Now, if I all I did was just sometimes it moves a little bit when you change time frame. Okay, so pardon me. Corner, not a golden corner, but a corner pocket. There's your 80%. I've shown that so many times. It mystifies me how anyone who's ever watched any of these live streams or any of the video content I produced would ever not put median lines on a chart. I can't understand why that would be. I see it very rarely. When you look across Twitter, how many median lines do you see? 1% of all the posts that you see? Let's hope it stays that way, right? If the more people, it's a huge advantage we have. Truly, the most mystifying thing, I think in all of technical analysis, that's the craziest thing I can think of. Truly is. It's in every technical analysis package. It's the least used of every drawings tool there is. Least used. Okay, so we've got, okay, so where are we here? So we're not in log. I got a pivot here. So we've broken, interesting. I'm wondering if you spotted that, James, that did we break? I think we tagged the 65. Oh shit, I could be off by a hair. That's interesting. Well, let's consider, do we want this, right? Are we thinking, here I am, right, talking about median lines. Do we want that? Why would we not want that? Oh, let me get mine on here because I'm used to it. Okay, so so this median line hit realized, right? So we've got that one. We're at a technical pivot. This is structure I think we can lean into until it breaks, right? Resistance, support. Oh, what's not to like here? Let me just hide that for a second. It's a nice 3. Looks like we can finish it. It looks like it's there. I'm just kind of loosely doing it here. Looks like we might have that. Now I'm on a 6 hour. Let's go to a 1. A, B, C. Well, the context has to work, so let's pull back out. So where are we in the larger scheme here, James? I don't have your broader count here. Okay, so we're going. So we must be going. So you must be thinking A, B, C. I'm assuming. Let's go up here. Since we've completed, we've got a 5, 3, 5. So here's an ABC that's completed. We get an ABC into a W. God, I feel you on this wave relationship. So A, B, C. Yeah, the count may work, but the measurements do not, and it's dead in my opinion. Well, I don't know that I'd go there just yet. So this just looks pretty technical here. So what did we hit here? See, I'm assuming, right, I know James, so he's going to have already done all this. Well, let's see how we look here on that 2. Secondary pivot. Looks like they used it. It does. Yeah, they did. Okay, so we're on a secondary pivot that they used. We got a target down here. All right, so that may be why he's suggesting that this count is played, but I don't think we need to abandon just yet. What is this tied to? That was your thinking that we were going into a 1. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to kill that just yet. Let's put that in something we can see. Okay, so could that play? Well, it only makes sense if the context supports it, right? So if this is our corrective low here and we're going to go up, oh, what's our range here? $4,000 to, this could be, it's there because I want to see it. It's tricky. Let's go down to the 1. All right, let's get out of log and go down to the 1. Okay, so let's assume we've got a break. Why don't we like this, James? We've got the 5. Now that's an extension. And that's not much of a, I guess you're gonna have to do it this way, A, B, C. But boy, yeah, I see it. Okay, so I was just looking at this. This Bitcoin's got the same problem. Oh, pardon me. It wasn't Bitcoin. It was algo land that I was looking at. So what is this what we're thinking? We're going to do that? Some sort of a diag to finish that fifth? Because it would be hard. Get off of there. We'd be hard pressed to finish it with that. Is there a way we could do it? Let's see here. Can we go to the 15? Well, we can't. No, I don't think so. Well, you got some slop in there too. This almost, that looks like a 5, so it almost looks like it went A, B, C. Let's just take a look here. There's a 5 in there. So if we go this way, well, okay, that would work. So let's label it up. A, B, C. That looks like that could play. But boy, is that a cluster F, right? We don't really want that. Well, how do we look here from the start of if it's going to be a diag? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, well, that's interesting. I'm going to take that off just for the time being. Well, why would we not be thinking this? It's not, you'd be looking for a contracting diag. We don't really have that here, but it's not over yet. Let's see what we got here. I see you'd have this expanding diagram, which is, I kind of put it in the rule of thumb, right? We just see it too often, right? Do I get a 5 shorter than 3, 3 short? We're not getting that. We don't see it often enough. So I put this in the rule of thumb, right? You'd like to see a contracting diag here, an ending diag, but we don't always get it. But that, okay, well, you can just, here's the golden. Well, let's see. We got this couple of different ways. Here's the golden right here. Okay, it's just what I'm used to seeing. Okay, so, all right, do we have our 80%? So from right here, not only do I have algo participation, I got 80% odds, right? Do I want to play again? So just think about that for a second. I've got 80% odds that I get here. So if you're a buyer here, you're saying, oh, I'm pretty sure that I know that it's going to be 20, not 80. Really? What would give you that conviction that we're just going to go up here? It wouldn't be the technical pattern. Okay, just think about that for a second. Okay, we get a low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, right? So just the short-term trend is lower. Now I add in an algo that we know what happened here. We don't have to wonder what happened there. We know an algo sold it there, and it's got a target down here. And I add the 80% odds play on the median line. Why would somebody buy it there? Well, maybe they're thinking, oh, low's in. I don't care about Elliott Wave. It's just going to that 50. Okay, all right. I can at least understand that thought process as to why somebody would then be a buyer. Oh, okay, well, they're just assuming that this algo is going to win. Okay, might. Now, does the trend... Look at the Vegas wave. How about just the broad... I mean, here, I'm down on a 15-minute. How about just the broad trend? How about... Let's see, I'm out of log scale. Let's just put 2 standard deviations on it. Oh, it's getting a little crowded in there, but you get my drift. Why would you want to be a buyer here? There's just no technical reason for it. What did we hit here? Oh, maybe you make the case here that you bumped into this support here that we outlined earlier, but man, it just doesn't make much sense. There's really no reason here to be. Maybe if you come down here, so we want to be a buyer, right? We want to see it start to rally. So if we finish down here, okay, then that's a different story. Okay, give me a 5 here. I'm on a 15-minute. Okay, give me a 5, and I'll take that one. That one I'm going to buy all day long. But why would you? You got to think it through. Okay, so who's on the other side of my trade? If I'm gonna sell it there, who's buying it, and why? What would they be thinking? Right? Is a whale going to step in here and jam it up? Well, Well, you know, shit happens, right? We can't say with any certainty, but all of the odds here, all of the technical analysis, which is just based on patterns we know that are prone to repeating, because not because they're magic, but because they are just an outline of human behavior. Humans do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Okay, we come down here, double bottom. All right, so you might see, all right, if I was looking to get on the buy side, which I know we all are, right? So if you were going to come down here, okay, maybe they sweep the lows here, grab some liquidity. We complete the diag here, and we got our 5. Okay, maybe the algo gets its target. Now this starts to go, okay, well, I can see something I can lean into. Oh, good. Oh, look at that, 5. 3 longer than 1. So I'm getting it in the wrong place. I suppose there's always the possibility this is just a 1-2 and we're going much lower here. But that's why you would not make the hero call here. Oh, let's see. Do I get a reaction? Oh, if I do, I'll take that one because then my stop's right here. If they can get that. Right. Remember, every pivot is always, it's an advertisement for liquidity. We know, right, there's going to be a shitload of liquidity right under that pivot. Every pivot is an advertisement. Right? Come get the liquidity. There'll be stops here, every one. Okay, so if we come down here, you can see that happening, right? Monte Crypto, this is one of his favorite setups, right? Sweep the lows and then they run it, right? So if you've watched some of his Wednesday live streams, that's one of his signatures, right? So sweep the lows and then let it rip. But so he would be looking for a level that they might tag down here. I'm looking for the Elliott count to complete, tag the median line. Okay, if we're going to sweep the lows, that would make sense. You could understand it. Oh, swing here. Oh, sweep the lows now. Okay, give me that one because I want the one where they can't. Right? The advertisement doesn't leave. It's like, oh, they swept the lows. This is the next ad. Come get them. Come get them. If they can't get them, what has to happen, right? Shorts have to cover, right? That's what. It's not hard to understand what's happening. It's hard in the moment, right? Because a little fear creeps in. Well, shit, what if I'm wrong? I don't know. Shit, it's going up now. So what do we get to do? So how do you resolve that? Well, does that look like a technical pivot? Right there. Let's say you don't know that's there, right? Can we see some structure there, just some price action that might suggest, right? Just as every one of these is an ad to go get that, there's an ad right there, right? Come get me. Come get the liquidity that's there. But that's going to blow up the pattern. Now you see, now this situation would change. Wait a second. But really, to really blow this up, you got to get a higher high. Oh, higher high, higher low. Right, that's about the only thing that could really disrupt this. If we're coming down here, an algo is going to participate. Doesn't mean that it doesn't break, right? We're not going to stay between those two algos forever. One side is going to break. Right now, wouldn't you give the odds to the bears, given the overall trend? Wouldn't you give them the odds? Just even if none of the other brush up shit, none of the geopolitical, nothing, anything, just the technical analysis there. Wouldn't you give the bears the advantage? That doesn't mean it's a winning trade. But if you got this, right? So we got here, we hit the 50. Creates the little kickback. You gotta take that. Right? Here's your stop, right? Because if they can get them, they're going to get them. Okay. Small impact. If they can't get them, right? These guys have to cover. It'll react here. If we got right there, what are you doing? Right? Is this golden zone any less significant than this? No. Maybe on degree, but does it fit with the context of where we are? Now, that could be the low, right? Nothing says it couldn't be. But we know that odds are we're not going to finish with a 3. That's not that it's impossible. It's just less probable. So if I got here, am I thinking 1, 2? We're going to finish with with an ABC? Not unless this is going to be an ABC and we're going to go down with another 5. So, I mean, of course it could happen, but we got to play the odds. That's all we get. That's it. Odds. If it gets right here, I'm selling it. All right, let's see. Oh, shit. Let's see. I went kind of long there, but he's giving me... Oh, shit. Here, let's see if I can get his other stuff here just quickly, because I know we've got another... Who else? Zafar gave it to me. Okay, so let me just see what else he's got. Bearish impulse down, not complete. That's top left. Okay, so now we're going to a daily. Oh, so this is the flat, right? This is what people are starting to think in Bitcoin. We're doing a double down. Okay, that could work. ABC, not much of an X. Well, that kind of looks like a 5, doesn't it? That's a good 3. Doing the X there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. How are we getting that? How am I getting an ABC there? Oh, I got it. Okay, so here's where he's doing it. Okay, I got it. So it's A, B, C is how he gets there. Okay. Shit, how else are you going to count this, right? It's kind of a funky count. Well, that's as good as any, right? That A, B, C. Okay, I guess you can live with it, A, B, C. But now the implication here is that it has to come down further if it's going to finish that pattern. If this is A, that could be 1, 2. Right? We can let's think about that. If this is 3, 4, 5, okay, well that doesn't fit with the X. A, B, C, we'd be truncating here. That doesn't quite fit. So what it seems to be this count is implying is that we're going to go A, B, C to finish that, to get the Z down here. That's what the count implies, James, right? If I'm not mistaken, that this doesn't, unless we're going to have something abnormal where we're going to have a monster C wave, which why would you can't, you don't want to trade on, well, if we have something that's very atypical, I'm going to make a fortune. That should never be part of the calculation. So if you just use, so look, what do we have to work with here? We can just use typical swing relationships rather than say, oh, I'm pretty sure this is going to go to a 6.618. Okay, well, even if it got to the 3 here, now double bottom, we're going to finish it that way. That's if we got the 2618. Okay, maybe. Again, same idea, right? You know there's going to be a ton of liquidity down here, right? Just stops, right? Because these guys caught it long. They're long. Oh, so where are their stops? Somebody's long here. Well, you know they're right there. What are institutions, hedge funds, whales, call them what you will. What do they see down here? Liquidity. That's what you can likely. All right, so maybe you can get the A, all right? You can get it here, right? You can kind of sweep the lows, all these heartbreak, that's often what that is. A, B, C, there's the Z of the 4. Oh, shit. That's kind of what it looks like is teeing up, James. If this count's going to roll, now look how nicely that channel's holding it. Okay, we got one more here. God damn, I'm going long again. Shit. What do we got? Top left. Did I do that? Oh, top left is the zigzag, so I got top right. I got one more here. We'll look at, this is the one where he's done really good detail work. Okay, I think we've looked at this one a couple of times. Oh, well, here he's kind of giving it, if it's going to finish in a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a lot of different looks at it. How did you finish that? Oh, I see what you did. Okay, 1, 2. Ooh. This is the uber bearish. All right, so do you see how bearish this is? Let's hope this is the wrong one. Okay, so he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's hope that's not what we're looking at. But you have to draw it up. You don't want to go, well, fuck, I don't want to consider that. That's way too bearish. I don't want that to happen. Well, that's often if the one that you don't want to have happen will be the one that happens, right? So you don't want to be oblivious to it. Oh, well, if this, then that. Now, what's making this tricky is that this is such an awkward startup here. 1, expand, you got this funky 2 into this. I think of the 3. I mean, I don't think we're going to break $1,000 here, but we, yeah, I mean, fuck, we could. Let's go back a little bit. Now we're out of log here, which, all right, well, so if he's not going to look at it in log, I won't either. Where are we from the lows? From these lows here, I guess this is as good as any. Past the 786. Well, this would have to be a, what are we doing here? A, B, C down here. Oh, that's ugly. Let's put it in log just to see. Well, it's really the same question as we look at the majors, right? Is it just a big sideways? Is this really what we're doing? Or we're going to come down here and then, well, you see, careful though, because your assumption is when you do that, right? Just as I did it right there, right? Our assumption is we're going to stop here, and now okay, out of the woods. Now here we go. You can't make that assumption, right? Now, look, note here the high volume node, the POC that he's got down here. So, there's going to, right, same idea. There's going to be a shitload of liquidity down here, right? Everybody who caught all this, even the long terms, where are their stops, right? So the market, right? People who can move the market, sweep the lows. Wouldn't be surprising, but and that actually plays into this count, because if it's 1, 2, 3, it held. Okay, great, right? Or they sweep the lows. Now that creates the 4. Now we're going to come back down, test it again. Well, let's hope that's not what we're looking at, James. Okay, I think we did. So did I get all 3 of those? I think we did. Okay, so this is just remains to be seen here as to what's next here. But the one thing you'd want to be mindful of, okay, we're as we just did here out on the daily. So that is, so there's his 3, right? So if we did the more typical here, so look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, how would that work? Doesn't quite make sense. If this is going to hold here, which right now 1, 2. Well, I just went to the highest probability location of the 3. Why am I going to assume something abnormal? Well, that's certainly by the book. How about the retrace? Oh, here, I should just hide that. How about the retrace on the 4? Now, we don't know that that's a hard pivot, but it's a contender. Okay, let's put the 4, just a prognosis here, in the highest probability location for it. And then let's consider this, right? If we come down from here and we get the algo target, which, we could go a little beyond that, right? Length of the 1, God damn it. Length of the 1 projected from, let's use the 38. Well, here's the 100. Here's the 100 right here. It's often, right? It's very close. There's the algo target and the 100, the length of the 1 right on top of each other, assuming we get the 4 at the 38, right? You don't know where you're going to get it. It's not there yet. Okay, this would actually would be bad news, because that's not going to be the 4, or the 4 still. What would we be doing here? This actually would be bad news, because that's going to imply that this is, come here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bad news. Bad news if we're going to go down and do that, right? We're still trying to finish the 3 per this count, so the 5, we'll be heading down here. We start getting pretty ugly here. We know there's liquidity down here, but this could start to get ugly if we're gonna really start to roll here. So this would be, I think you got to be cautious in here right now. And keep in mind, guys, don't feel like you have to be in the market, right? This is not a bad time to not be in the market, or maybe less aggressive. Well, because there's so much uncertainty in the background, right? Who fucking knows? I swear to God, I did not think he was gonna roll into Ukraine. Here he is doing it. All right, so it's a time to be cautious, not a time to be aggressive. Now, that doesn't mean sell everything, but choose wisely, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So in ETH, is this, it's not really, so for what's the trade that would be here? If you're following this count, are you going to try and trade the retrace into the 4? Probably not, right? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Looking at, God damn it, come here. Does that make sense? Oh. Well, how would that make sense? because you're at a golden here from the low. Right? If I go here, right? So do you see, right? We got this kind of locked in a range here. So the 3 is hitting the 1618 from the length of the 1 projected from the 2 as it hits the golden zone. Is it surprising we get a reaction there? Probably not. But do you want to trade? Are you going to be long into the 4? On the idea that we finished down here, right? So, I mean, could we be? Well, it's going to be a hard time getting that to fly. I think until we come down here and challenge these lows, you got to be defensive here. All right, I gave that a lot of time. Okay, so let me keep moving here because I can get stuck. And I got another ETH below. Okay, so now we're moving into the stuff that was posted today. Okay, this is good. Here's Gravity Annie giving me an ES.
Did you do Zafars yet?
Oh, you want me to do them back to back? I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, might as well. You're good point. Good point. Okay, so let's look at how Zafar compares with his count with what James did. Hang on, I'm turning the fan. Hang on, I'm coming. I can usually edit that out, but live stream I probably can't. Okay, so let me go to copy, save. Okay, so what is Zafar thinking? Zafar, now he's been with us long enough. He knows what he's doing. Let's see what he's got here. So I'm out on the daily. Okay, so he's playing the A. Okay, we could work a running flat here. Ooh, that's some crazy lines here. So what are we doing here? So here's our COVID low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's going with a 1 off the COVID low. Well, makes sense, right? So here's our. Well, I wonder why he's choosing that. Oh, okay, you're using this trend line. I got you. Okay, God, that's a lot of lines. Okay, I'm gonna hide some of these here so I can get a better look at what we're doing here. Not that it's not good work. It's just it's a little hard for me to follow it all. Okay, so that has broken. So let's hide that. This is nice, right? So we get the. You got an impulse there? I'm not sure you do. Okay, so this is interesting. So if you'll note the way James dealt with that, up here he went 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see how Zafar is handling that. Oh, that's interesting. So he's truncating the 5th here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well let's consider it. It doesn't. I think that's going to be a toughie to get to finish. Right? So you'd have to put the 4. Let's see. You'd have to put the 4 here since this is a newer low, and you'd have to finish it there on the truncation. Okay, well, it would make for the move down. It would make for a cleaner count. Oh, God, you went really small on these. Let's get this up. Okay, so A, B, 1, 2. I'm with you there. See, I think I'm more inclined to do that so far, since I can finish it. But then it does create this problem, right? So let's go back to see if we can get that to work, right? So the truncation. Now, one thing to keep in mind, truncation is a last resort, right? If there's no other solution, because truncation is abnormal, right? We don't want to say, okay, well, let's assume something abnormal has happened here. Unless they're really, or it's glaring, you could maybe there's a case for it here. It does make the count coming down a lot easier, but I'm not so sure you've got this. Well, so you're playing this as an impulse. 1, 2, 4 doesn't overlap. That's a good location for the 4, but how are you going to get this done? Zafar, that's a little shaky there as an impulse. Now it may have the location, so this would. Oh, fuck, how are you going to do that? 1, 2. That might be a stretch. The whole thing is not particularly accommodating to Elliott. Well, let's just do a little measuring here, see if that helps us at all. If this is 1 and that's 2, well, there would be another problem, right? okay, at least we're longer than 1. It's not much of a 4. I guess you could do it this way. Okay, so here now we've broken this. This is in log. So off of the low, we don't get. Okay, so that's mine. So what have you got? What is this here? So this is tied to something to the left. So yours is. What's happening with yours here? This is related to something else. So I got to hide that. This is a golden zone that broke, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so swing. All right, so here we end up in the same place as James. Swing. I got an A, B, C. Now in this count, which okay, that's what makes a market, right? So he thinks we're done here via a big widening. We'd have a flat, so we'd have A. Oh, that's good. I like that. The triangle WXY. A, B, and we're going to truncate the C here. Well, pardon me. It would be a running flat. So if we finish this in 5, okay, it works. You know, that section is a little shaky. I'd be curious to see, Zafar, how you're counting that. I think that's iffy as an impulse. Well, you could probably squeeze it in, but I think you're doing an Elliott shuffle there. Okay, so, but still, is there a trade here, right? If somebody's looking, you know, as I said, everybody thinks that the markets are going to melt down. So we get to say it this way, right? As I said, you know, we think of herd mentality, right? The more bearish it gets, the sentiment gets, the more bullish I get, because the herd is, well, I won't say always wrong, but is the vast majority of the time, the herd is always on the wrong side. So where's liquidity? Right down here. We know that. More liquidity down here. So we'd have to be done here. Well, what'd you have there? I mean, there's 14 to 1, right? If this is going to go 1, 2, 3, we know the 100 is a proxy for the 1618 since we're coming out of a 618. So, I mean, that's not bad, right? The only issue here is that the count down here is a little squishy, but 1, 2, you know, small size. You could even lever that, right? I mean, don't go crazy, because the stop is so tight. What is this coming off of? This pivot. So use that little pivot there as a stop. So you're risking. Well, it's more than you think. There you go. $25.84 to $24.32. Right. That's a jab. I mean, I would be a little bit less thrilled with it if I didn't have that perfect 3 coming down. Now, is that really once again, you're kind of, this looks more like a 3. So, okay, maybe it's, you know, the correction is still going, right? 3, 3, 5, more down. Could go a couple of different ways. That's not a bad trade, though, right? That's not bad, right? If somebody's looking to, I wouldn't put on much size, but if it got a little traction here, do I have a golden corner? Yeah, got a golden corner. Is the Elliott supportive of this trade? Not really. Do I need the Elliott? No, not for this trade. I got a swing. I got a retrace that came in a 3. I'm coming out of a golden zone. I got a golden corner. I got 80% odds. I mean, really, at the end of the day, okay, if the risk reward is good here. Now, if you're hardcore Elliottian, you might say, don't like it. I don't see the same thing, so I'm going to wait. Okay. Well, trades are like buses, right? Always another one coming. So where's the next target? Right there. That would be, so if you got a 1, 2, oh, maybe I'm going to get 3, 4. I'm going to get there. Not a bad trade. I don't know that it's one I would take, but just in terms of what's there, something to think about. Nice work. Nice work so far. Okay, let me keep moving. Next up, so here is where I was going to gravity. I haven't even looked at the market since I moved over here. Guess it's on another machine. Let's
Yep, you got that dang.
After we get done with gravities, we've got 2 donation requests.
Oh, cool. Okay, sure. Happy to do those. Okay, gravity. What do you? Oh, gravity. He always throws me a little with his colors. All right, I got wacky colors. Okay, S&P. All right, so the assumption is the major 3. That's going to be the 3, I'm guessing, off of 09, right? Or, all right, 3 off of... Oh, shit, where are we going back to? No, that's COVID low. Okay. All right, 3, 4, 5. From the COVID low, 3 is in. Oh, man, I got a novel here. Let's get these up here. Oh, man. Okay, so here's all the structure, right, that he's identified. Oh, man. Okay, this is good. So a lot of this is hard for us to decipher this. This is his benefit, where he does this for himself. Again, it reminds you, like, it's like teaching it back to yourself. Okay, if I write it down, a couple of things happen. One, I ingrain it further in my mind, and I get a history of what I was thinking about here, as opposed to, well, that trade didn't work out, next one. This is, if you're reviewing trades and you're out here trading at this level, this, for someone who's really serious about their trading, keeping a trading journal, he's doing it here. So you could literally just take a screenshot of this, although it might be hard to, you might do it in, open it up a little bit more so you can read all of this, so you know exactly what the thought process was going into that. Okay, so calling the subdivision irregular flat. Okay, so let's dig in there here on where we are. Okay, so we're going to go A, B, C into a W. That makes sense. Here's the high volume node here, so I don't think we need, that's not relevant here to where we are. This is pulled from the top, so you guys see this here. So from our absolute high to this low on the retrace, what do? I showed this on a couple of Bitcoin videos. Right to the golden zone, right? Look at the structure here. Probably just a coincidence. Okay, so from here, we've got an internal little set of median lines here, but you know you'd have a big one as well. We got a big golden here. I'm surprised. He probably has it, right? He would know to do this. You got another big fat golden right there. Oh, is that my median line? Where's my median line? Right. Where's my median line? Right here. Okay, so my median line is down here. Here's the target to that golden. Right there. We'd be hitting at 1618 in fib time. That'd be interesting. So, okay, so we've got a an AB. What'd you do here? ABC. So you're going to go A. Where's that W? I'm not following that W. Where's that connected to? Okay, so you're going to go ABC. So you're going to go WXY. Okay, I see it. Okay, so this is just a little hard to spot. Okay, let me just hide that one for a second so I can see this. Okay, I got an A here. Let's go to micro. A, B, C into a B. Well, hit. Okay, that flies. A, B, C. I'm not sure why you're not going with just A, B. Okay, that's all right. So A, B, C into a W. So now we come down W, X, Y into an X. So, Jesus, that's an interesting count. W, X. God, is there a simpler way to count this? That actually, you might be right there. That sure looks like that's a 3. But the subdivision, we can't really see the subdivision here. So let's just go with it. So W, X, A, B, C into the Y. Or I guess he's giving me a... Why are you not putting the B up here? I'm a little unsure why you're thinking that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Whoops. 1, 2... Geez, it's hard to do it at this degree, or at this time, because I can't see the subdivision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's the 1. Oh, you might have to do it here. A, B, C into the 2. There's the 3. So we've got an expanding diag expanding diag coming down. Looks like that we got. Well, likely that's technical. So what did we pull it from? 50 to the tick. All right, so we got a target down here. God, is there a simpler way to count this? Is really what I'm looking at here. Well, I suppose we can. Oh, shit, hang on. Let's see how we did here. Well, if this were going to be 1, 2, and we were heading down towards the 1618, 175, it doesn't really fly, right? So I think he's right here. So the thought is, okay, can I simplify this? I'm coming out of a golden. The subdivision may be that it's going to be a WXY, but it looks impulsive, right? So we come off of here and then we retrace. So, your first thought might be, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So why would you not think that? Well, it's starting to run into some trouble here because the structure of the impulse is breaking down. So, and he may have started out that way. So coming off of this, still, this is a little weird. WXY into an X. Hey, I'm not sure about that one, man. WXY. That you could get that into a 5 too, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's a little shaky. I would want to spend a little more time with this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there another 1, 2? Nope. That's a completed impulse. A, B, C into the 2. That gives us the golden. That's not the 3 you wanted there, though. 1, 2. If this is the B, we're trying to get down here. Oh, that's technical. I wouldn't trade against that. Okay, so let's put that in context as to where that happened. Right at the structure where you might be anticipating. Oh, here was the support. You can see it, right? So here we create a support zone here, right? Something happens here. The market goes up. We come down here. What happens to the tick? We get a little reaction, but now we're through it. On the retrace, we come back to visit, right? So pretty classic. But this doesn't fly. You wouldn't go 1, 2. Oh fuck! What are we doing there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish that as a C. Can't say I love that. Well, this is gonna take some time. I'm gonna. Oh, because now I'm curious. I think gravity. I'm gonna take a swing at this. Because this could be so many different things. I don't love this, right? So this coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That seems less likely, right? That we're going to finish it like that. Not impossible, just less. It just doesn't look right. And you'd have. Oh, if we're going to do it as a diag, you'd have to be watching to make sure you can already see the 3 is much shorter than 1. You're going to have to be watching for 5 longer than 3. So it's a little iffy in here. This is going to need some more time. So I could get stuck here for an hour. So I will circle back. Anyone watching here, I'll put whatever, for whatever it's worth. If I spend a little time with it here, so you have his count, I might give that another swing. I'll post it under the video for any of those that are watching or those that come back to it. It'll just be a comment from me with a link to the count that I come up with. Not that this isn't good work, Gravity. I got to spend more time with that, and it's a little hard for me sometimes with what you've got here. So I will circle back on that, man. I will. I promise you. Okay, let me keep going so I don't get stuck. Okay, Woo Wonka is giving me Bitcoin. All right, if I can't get it quickly, it just makes for a boring live stream to watch me struggle with it. But give me a little time. I'll get something there. All right. Okay, Woo. Woo's coming in on a daily Bitcoin. All right, I'm curious what you're thinking. Well, all right, so he's absolutely right about that. Good liquidity down here. We know that, right? We don't have to wonder about that. So we're doing it as a WXY. Now he's taking us down to the 2017 highs at 20K here. This actually is really makes a lot of sense, right? So he's actually teed it up for you, right? It's pretty much exactly what I would say. If we're gonna go, if this is a 3 into a 1, which is a good thought, 1, 2. So we'd have an ending diagonal. So here would be the A, B, C. Now you're into all of this, right? There's going to be all sorts of volatility as we approach that. Whales, right? Market makers, whomever, right? You attribute it to whomever you'd like. People with size know that they can go grab that liquidity, right? So if your expectation would be first reaction here will be a bounce, right? Because there will be people just chomping at the bit to buy it there, right? You're buying it at 30. I mean, that's been the support for what, almost a year. Yes, there's going to be reaction to buy there. But this is going to freak people out, right? So if you take that, now you're grabbing all those stops down here because all these people are going to buy it. Where are they going to put their stops? Right there. And even if they give it a little cushion, they're not going to give it a whole lot, right? It's going to be too scary. Oh, sweep the lows. Because at this point, people are going to go, oh, fuck, that's it, right? Bitcoin's over. Right? You can almost see the tweets, right? Oh, shit. Oh, I never thought it was going to break that. I mean, that's what we'd be at here, 25. So 5K down off of 30. Oh, that'll freak the market out. Well, right here would be the next test, right? Could you get back over that? So that might be your 1, 2. If this comes down, that's how I'm going to play it. 3, 4. Now we're back on our way. That's really good work, Wonka. Very well thought out. Nicely done here. This good work there. Because it's a bit of a clusterfuck. You're looking at this going, how the fuck am I going to get this into a 5? Because of this, right? This completely throws a monkey in the wrench of what you would be anticipating there. So you want to think that it's 3. So it looks like, oh, 3. Well, wait a minute. If it's not a W here, and this isn't an X, what are the alternatives? Right, very good thought. It's well done, Wonka. That's a really, I might just creep into my next Bitcoin video. I have to give you credit for that. Well done. But boy, there's a roadmap you could see playing out nicely. Just out of curiosity, if we're coming from here now, we are in log. I'm just using the last. Oh, you can probably put an order block in there. I'm sure there is one. Last down bar. I like it. I think that heads up here. That's a count to have in your mix. Very well thought out. All right, nice one. All right, let me keep moving here. I got George with he loves this one, ramp. Okay, let's see what he's got. Because he sent me a couple on this one. I'm gonna leave that Bitcoin up because I like it so much. All right, so let me get over here. I got a story here. Okay, so this is something he likes to do. He likes to look at patterns that repeat. Oh shit, I can't do that. Okay. How am I going to do this? Okay, I got to get this to where I can read it. Oh man. Okay, I got to. Where is it? Okay, I see. Here's how I can do it. First glance at second chart. Second correction. WXY, WXY, WXY. Yep, that's no good. I can force for a funky flat with a golden zone B wave. Third 6 folders. Hide. Oh man, he's got. Ooh, this is a lot to follow. Yikes, George. Let me. Let's see. Can I? If I do that, fuck. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, so the theory is this is V chain here. The theory is that we're tracking along with this price action here, and that it implies that there's one more leg up. So but what we want to focus on is ramp. So if I do this, yeah, now okay, there we go. Right, so I can bring it back if I need to. Okay. Okay. Well, so I don't like this, George. Right? That we're ghosting a 1. Right? It's either there or it's not. Right? So you're just it's kind of interesting, right? I like your thinking here, but I don't think you can do that, right? To just we'll ghost the 1 2, and now start there. So this is an impulse. So this is your 1, right? So you're what you're doing here. This is just okay, and it hitting a 3, but I wouldn't create a ghost swing there. So okay, I like what you're thinking here, but I think not. So more likely, what you've got here is 1, and we're working on 2, given the depth of it, right? Then you can maybe put all this off, right? If this is going to go, if we're going to get a big alt move, and all that would go up. So 1 2. Well, okay. Well, can we simplify? I know there's a whole lot going on here, right? So, right, is this what we've got? Because that's really a lot of detail, and it looks like he's put a lot of work in there. 1 golden zone, right? Okay. 1 golden zone. Okay, is this complicated? What do we do here? Golden zone. A, B, C, well, you know. Oh, since he put so much effort into it, I definitely want to go through this. A, B, C gets your B. A, B, C, W, X. Ooh. 1 2 3 4 A, B. Oh, that's creative. Okay, so how's he doing that? All right. So he's going to go W, X, A, B. Ooh. Yeah, it does overlap. So you got a 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, let's go with it. There's the A. W, X, Y. Okay, so what do we got here? Could ignore wick and alter triangle into a leading diag. Okay. Let's go with the B. W, X, Y into the B. So we've got the major A here. Let's put that in. Oh, come here. Let's go white so I can track it here. A, B out of the golden zone. Swing. W, X. That's a skinny B. 2 algos right here. Okay, so from the X, he's going to get there via 3. That's tricky. This is a tricky count. That's it is a daily, right? Your problem. Hopefully, you find something there to give you a little bit more subdivision. But 1 2 3 4. Okay, so coming in for the home landing here. 1 2 3 4 sets the whole thing up, I think, as a nice looking 2 to complete the C, to give you the Y, to give you the 2. Oh, this would go like this. To give you that 2. Well, it sure is coming in at a technical level here. Here's the golden zone right here. So this is tied to just that structure, price action. Do it this way. We got our 80% here. From that corner, we got it here. Here we are again, right? So something, if we were going to come down here, you'd be looking for that reaction, but the 5 looks like it's pretty good here. So this actually looks quite good. Oh, shit. Here, let's go to a 4-hour just to see how it looks. I know there's more in those folders here. I'm a little afraid to go there. 1 2 3 4 5 gets us in there. Is that? Okay, I live with it. You don't have much else to work with. That would be the 4, so that's a little. Well, I wouldn't be a buyer here. I'd want to wait and see that come down and finish. Maybe if you got something here in this range. Well, you can see this is not unreasonable to think, okay, this was just sweeping those lows to get the stops here. So you could see it kick back. Kick back here, that might create the 4 if this is a sweep. We come back here to a little consolidation. We'd give you the potential there for that to roll over. You're coming back down here for that golden zone before you'd be looking on the buy side. So I think what we got here is a ripening banana. It's getting there. But I wouldn't go after it till you got down here and I saw a little reaction. Now that's a median line right there. This will be the first. If that holds as the pivot, it'll have to get through these two. So you might these two, this pivot and this pivot will be the structure. So you'd want to see that come up. That's what you'd want to come out of there. So here would be the first trade I would consider. Right, so some sort of break here, because if you adhere and roll over, you didn't get any break of structure. You need something to break the structure here a little bit, right? So, oh, hey, whoa, I got a higher low. Oh, higher high, right? I mean, even that, we're talking about this is. Look at our price points here. So you could wait for that, and then take the first 3 that comes off of it. Stop under the pivot. I know this is one he has high hopes for. So, but this is good work, George. It's getting better and better every chart, right? So look at all the detail he worked through here. It's an interesting one. So I would keep this one. Anyone who's looking, that's a contender. But wait, don't just buy the low. Let it react. Then, right, define your risk. All right, let me see. Okay, so I've got Neo. Okay, Zafar has been on this one. Okay, so do this, and then I'll do the requests here. And I still have to go back and do the ES, so I won't forget. Okay, so let's make a copy here, Zafar. All right, big fat trend lines. Let me just hide that because this makes it a little harder to see. Okay, this is, whoa. Okay, so you gave me a daily on Neo. Okay, so where are we? I gotta back up. So many lines. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so we're in log. Okay, I like what you're doing with the trend lines. It's just when in terms of analyzing here, it makes it hard to pick up where you are here. So this of course doesn't do anything on your end. So he's got a, what are we doing here? An inside? Yeah, he's got an inside pitchfork here. That's creative use of it. You don't see that very often. Why not, right? So it looks like we're in there, reacting at that median line. Okay, so what do we do here from the top? If this is the one up here, and this is that, I'm going to hide that just for the time being here, just to see what I can see in here. So here's the channel that comes off of the high. So W triangle X, right? So nice. So ABC, W, A, B, C, D, E into the X here to get A, B, C into the Y. Well done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives us, if this, well, okay, the only thing you didn't do is tell me what that is there. Oh, let's see. So we would have to, well, we get a little wonky here. So WXY, we have to label it. So you wouldn't, since we've broken it, oh, here, we're gonna have to redo this. Okay, a little bit. So do you see, Zafar, where we have a problem? So it's not that the work is bad, it's just that it's incomplete. So what we're trying to do here is, oh, okay, is it just a big 3, right? So that's because that's what we want, right? At the larger degree, at the broad scale. It's, well, I like that. Again, I'm just going to hide it. Here's the current trend of the market from our all-time high. And what we're trying to get here is just an A, B, C. That's what we're after. Here's the buy zone. Oh, well, that's interesting. You're putting the buy zone. I might bump that up a little bit. I wouldn't want to not include the golden zone, right? If you're because we know an algorithm is going to participate there, so it doesn't mean it'll hold. But I wouldn't. See, if you're down here, oh shit, right? If you've got this below the golden zone as your buy zone, you're insinuating that your assumption is it's going to break. Now, okay, right? So it's right on the edge of a high volume node here. Okay, maybe I like that thinking, but at the very least then I would fatten it. Okay, now there's your buy zone. Maybe do it that way. So you split the difference here. So at least you've got the golden zone included. Would be my suggestion there. Don't leave that out because they'll come down, tap it, or front run it, and you'll be left with your mouse in your hand. Okay, so whoa, that's a, we looked at this, right? So big kicker in the fifth. Well, so this was okay, except okay, if this is WXY, that could be an A, right? But you got a 5 here. So unless we're going to go A, B, truncate the C, I don't think that works. So we got to redo this one a little bit, right? So Zafar, do you see what the problem is there? And just in terms of the Elliott count, if it's WXY, what is it? Is that the 2? No, can't be the 2. So it means you're going to have to redo some of this, right? So this can't be a 5, so it has to be, fuck, that is a problem. Let's get in there. Can we, here, so we know it can't be a 5, right? That we know for sure. It can't be a 5. Well, you might looked at it and said it's a 5, but in the context here, right, that wouldn't fit. So let's see here. How else can we do this? Oh, fuck. We are on a daily here. Let's go to a 4-hour. Oh, this one's going to be a bitch. I can already feel it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's our WXY, which I like. I like the work you're doing there, but this is the problem. Oh, wait a second. What are we going to do with that? That has to be corrective. So let's take this up a degree or two. WXY could be the A. This would have to be a B. So we got to get a. So you might be able to go A, B. Fuck. Let's see here. Can we go A, tiny b? That doesn't really work, does it? That looks like a 4. So that looks like that could be your A, B. But then you'd have to finish. Whoa. Well, this is brutal. Now I'm starting to see why you didn't label it. What the hell are we going to call this, right? So there's a 3. That looks like a 3. So this looks like we go A, B, C. So okay. So sometimes you got to work in what you can see. So this looks like A, B. Fuck. Can I get a 5 there? You're going to have to squish it in there. That looks like a 3. Oof, I hate to do that, but you might have to do it this way. Squeeze it in there. Looks like you might have to get that to fly. Do we overlap there? Fuck. We do. Okay, so can't do it there. Plus the structure is just wrong. So it looks like you want to go A, B. Looks like it's a B. A, B, C. Oh, this is a tough one here. All right, let's just back it up for a second. All right, take one try here, and then I'll put this in the pile of those that I have to get to. WX. Looks like you might have to do that this way. So it looks like you could go A, B, C. That's what I'm thinking there. This is going to take some time to work through all the possibilities here. Tough one. So can we do it this way? Fucking come here. Y is kind of what I'm thinking there, but that's going to take some time. Well, I can't say I love that here, but you got such a mismatch here. You've got 3s and 5s all going the wrong way. You don't really want that X up that high. So right off the bat here, it makes me think A, B, 1, 2, 3. All right, that one's going to take some time. All right, so I'm going to have to circle back. So now I got 2 I'm going to have to come to because I know it just makes for a very boring live stream to see me try and work through all of that. So another one, here's the file. I'll have to post that one up after because that's going to take too much time. That's a really hard one. Now, your work here, coming down here looks quite good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finishes. Well, let's just look at where we are in terms of a potential low. Well, looks like we just broke that golden zone here, although that's mighty close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like you have a contender there for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how we got here, oh, that's going to need some work. B. God, that doesn't work because that's a 3. Oh, that's going to take some time. Okay, so there's a completed 5. Could be a 5. All right, so I'll work on these. All right, same thing. I'll post them underneath. I got the ES and NEO is going to need some work. Okay, so that I don't bog down here. Monty, if you're still there, we got 2 with the requests. What do we got?
Yeah, so we've got, let's see what he's asked for. It was mana. So he's asked for this before. It's Lloyd Park. He asked for it, and you may have previous stuff, but it's mana USDT.
Okay.
And he said thoughts on impulse from January 22nd of this year. It just went into the golden zone from there.
Oh, okay. I don't want to do this here. So let's split it, and I'll just bring this over here because I don't want to lose what I was just working on here. So I have it over here. Yeah. Okay. So if I'm going to finish that, I'm going to strip that chart bare. On Binance, what was it? Mana USDT?
Yeah, I don't know exactly which
Well, most of the volume's on
exchange, yeah. But I guess all he wants to mainly know is thoughts on the impulse from January 22nd till now, and then it just went into the golden zone, I guess, on the retracement.
Okay, well, so first question, do we need to be in log? Yeah, we do. All right, given that range. So that must be a golden here. Well, let's see, maybe out of log. Yeah, it is. Thoughts on the impulse from, oh, so this is what he means. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, basically, I guess from the big drop there.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, well, except for that little hitch. Well, just first blush, right? Looking at it, okay, what would be wrong with that? I don't see much that would be a problem there. It's pretty textbook. I've got the 38. All right, that's a solid looking impulse. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can finish it. So that's all your channeling is there. Oh god damn! I hate TradingView that it does that. Even if you got a little throw over here, pretty good. So we complete the impulse, right? We always want to, if we can, keep them completed within that channeling guideline. ABC, oh Jesus, what's not to like here? This may be the easiest one I've ever been handed. My God, right? And we're at a golden zone. I guess it's always good to get a little confirmation, right? But that doesn't, God, I never get it on the first click. Okay. All right, exact same process every time. Oh, it's just okay. We got a target. Right, 1618175 right on top of the 100 because we're coming out of a golden zone. Long way to go. A lot has to happen. this seems to be where so much of the action is in Web 3.0, if we're going to call it that. Let's go to log scale just out of curiosity. Let's see how we look here. Well, of course, note with that how that changes things here. So whether you're at log or not, right? So we all we can do is use our eyes, right? In terms of whether the algorithms are using it in log scale. If you're going to analyze and make the trade, let's go down to a 60, off of something like this where we don't have that huge range, then do your trading here. If you're gonna, so what I'm trying to get to is, don't analyze in log and then switch to arithmetic, or vice versa, right? If you're gonna analyze here and take a trade off of a golden zone that's out of log, don't do this and go, oh well, it's got more room down here if I put it in log, right? That's rationalizing, right? It's very easy and tempting to do. Stick to, so same idea. If you analyzed on the 1 hour and you said, well, it looks a little better if I go out to the 4 or down to the 15, if you have a trading time that triggered the trade, and then stay in that time frame. Now, maybe if you're, did we finish here, and you can't quite see it on a 4 and you got to go down to a 30 to get it. Okay, that makes sense, but not in terms of where you invalidate where the trade is, what the structure is. Stay with whatever you did the analysis and wherever you pulled the trigger. So, look, we could go down to a 15-minute here and say, do we have a 5 there? Well, we sure do. So that might make sense. Okay, so let's tee the whole thing up. Well, let's see. Do we really have a 5 there? Is it complete, or is it we have more than we wanted there? Oh, that looks like a 3, son of a bitch, right? 1, 2, well, maybe you get the double top there. Oh, I don't worry about something like this. Is just a bunch of, right? It's like a ball bouncing, right? It's a bunch of chop slop. So I would count it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. God, that does fly actually. You'd have to do it via a very ugly diag, but it flies. 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. It works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's your A. Well, there's triangle. So that let's see. Yeah, that could work. A, that'd be skinny. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C. So you can just do it as an A, B, C. Well, let's see. Hang on a second, because it looks like, see, this is the problem when you get down to a 5-minute. You have so much chop that it's really is that 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need one more down to finish? Okay, could be. Is this A, B, C? Is that really a C? It's the problem when you get down here. You got so much. What's your count here? What's your count here? Right? What's your count here? Here, right? That's why I discourage you going down unless it's really like here. Oh, I can see that. You really don't want to go. I rarely go below the 15 for digging things out. But if you're here and you're okay, I got a 5, and I know I want to be paying attention when I come down here. If I get down here, a lot of wick rejection here. Oh, we're out of log here, so you might just pull what you've got here. So as long as we stay within that, just let that drift down a little bit lower. Now you got to make a decision. Let's assume we get down here, right? So what do we got if we're right there? Well, you know what to do next, right? I'd like to think I don't need to say this every time, right? But now we're not there, so I'm just hypothetical. If I got that, it frames it for me. So I know, okay, I'm out. Right, I got a very tight. There's no reason to take any undue risk here. So the immediate concern is, do I get the median line on the first push? Right, because a lot of times you won't. Look at the high volume node here. Right, so you could easily see, oh shit, because now as it starts to retrace, if we're going to get a 1, 2, and we're going to get a 3 here, well, we got to have a 2, right? 3. So when it starts to come down here, oh shit, training principle number 4. Equal to or greater than. Is it a failure to get there? Well, then you got to look at it and say, okay, am I sweating here? Because if my stop is right down here, that can't be panic time. If it is, you put on too much size. right? If a little pullback here has you freaking out, you know you got too much size on. It should be, okay, if you want to enjoy trading and not have it be a stress bomb every time you're in the market, right? It's ultimately, that's all a function of the size. What's the risk? Because if you're checking the market every 5 minutes and you can't go sleep at night because you're worried about your trade, you know you have too much size on. If you can put that on, put a stop there and say, oh, okay, we'll check it. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that trade. That's kind of, you want to be so disconnected from it that it's not like, check the market. Did it move? What did it do? Again, that's too much size. You know you have too much size. You know, emotionally, you feel it when you have too much size on. And if you do that, it's very tempting to do if you're a day trader, is to think, God damn it, okay, all right, I just need one more winner, I'll even up the day. Right, so I'm going to put on a little more size because I like this one. Almost always, that's a mistake, right? What do we know about the market? Insane, almost a perverse ability to punish every mistake. So too much size, that's the mistake. Now you're like, oh, come on, man, just give me this one. I'll never do it again. Right? Have you thought that? I have. Come on, just this one time. Give me this one. I won't do this again. Now, are you never doing it again? Because you didn't get what you wanted. Right? So all that you did is just create the opportunity for you to do it again. And if you get away with it, right? Give me this one, I'll never do it again. Now you just got compensated for doing it. Now the next time that happens, are you gonna stick to that commitment that I promised myself I'm not gonna do it again, but I need this one? You'll do it again. And one of these is gonna hammer you, right? Because the market punishes mistakes always. If not on this trade, eventually mistakes are always punished. Too much size, mistake number one. Well, that's probably the most common mistake of all mistakes, other than trading without a stop, right? Which I'm not going to condescend to you guys, assuming you know, right? We're going to do that, right? So if you're taking this trade, you're not going to go in and not put a stop on it. I mean, considering the climate we're in, is anybody trading without a stop? No, I don't necessarily mean your long-term holding stash of Bitcoin or whatever. But your trading capital, let's get a fucking stop on it, right? Right now, who fucking knows what's happening? Nobody knows. Well, nobody, let's be clear. Nobody ever knows what's happening or where that price is going. Nobody knows, right? If somebody tells you that they know, they're trying to get into your wallet, run and as fast as you can. Nobody knows, so what do we get? We just get probabilities. We get patterns that are not magic, that are based on human emotion, fear and greed. That's why these things happen. And then you've got market manipulation. Okay, so market manipulation, what are we talking about here? Sweeping the lows because there's liquidity there. Just looking at, well, okay, so we know, like here's a great example. Somebody sold it here. Somebody, right? They took, here, good example, right? Something that I talk about all the time, not to do. Well, somebody took the breakout here, right? Because a breakout, eventually somebody catches the breakout. I'm just telling you, it's a terrible place to enter. So if you took it here, what happened to you? Came all the way back to where you got in. So this big winner that you had, that you're like, check me out. That fucker told me not to do that. And look at that nice gain I've got. Whoa. Because really all I ever tell you is not that this isn't a location for a short, but not to do it there. If you wanted to do it, you do it there. Let it come back and test it. How are they feeling right here? They're fucking, worried. So what are they going to do here, right? If they have the muscle, all they're going to do, right? Look at it. They're going to defend those shorts, right? If it's a player, right? Not someone in a one lot, right? If it's a player, they're going to defend. Could there be an algorithm there? Right? What would make you all the more uncomfortable? Well, you're right at a 50. And, you're right at all this little structure here, which means you're going to be at a high volume node. Think who's on the other side of your trade. What are they thinking? Can you take this trade? Can you handle that? So you see the range that you're in, right? Here's the range that you're in, right? You're just between two golden zones. That's it, right? How do you know who's going to win? Well, you don't. Nobody does. I don't know. Nobody knows, right? Well, how would you know? Well, the only thing that might give you a clue is the context, right? Oh, I got a 5 followed by a 3, assuming we get down here. is the context. Does the context make sense for me to be a buyer here? Does it? All right. Did we come down here and get that? Oh shit. I'm all the way down. Let's go back to an hour of this. Right? Does it make sense to be a buyer here? I got an ABC into a golden zone, and I got 5 that's going into another golden zone. Why would you not be a buyer there? Oh, well, I wasn't sure. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. So I just let that one get away from me. Now, we're not here yet. Now, you got to do the math. Okay, what's the impact to your account? Can you afford that? Right? Is that an uppercut to the jaw, or is that just a jab? Because you're going to take a lot of jabs. Is that enough, right? Is the risk reward there? Well, there's 3.57 to 1, right? Assuming you're going to use this little congestion down here, you're going to go, oh shit, that's probably 707. 707, a good spot for a stop, right? If they're going to break this, right? So if they start to break these, what is it they're thinking, right? Bears, what do they want? That liquidity, right? Which is why the 2s, the Bs, all of it is always, it's an effort to get that liquidity. They can't get it. Shorts have to cover. Right, same thing happens on an expanded B, like this is a grab for liquidity, right? As we look, right, we've been through some of them, right? That expanded B, they're just running the stops up there before they take it down. Well, how would you know? Well, did it do? Well, think about that for an expanded B. If you got 5 down here and we get this, right, and then it starts to come down, you can just logically, you can say, oh, what happened there? Well, especially if this comes in off of a 5, right? If we're coming into this and we got a 5 and I got this and I get that. Now, what are you thinking right there? Oh, it's just going to keep going. That was a very shallow 2. It's only going to retrace, 10% of that entire move. No, probably not. What's going to be up here? Stops. Right, so once this starts, right, so only 2 things can happen here. Either they're going to run those stops and, oh, your count is wrong, and maybe it's 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So, allow for some squiggle in here. But more than likely, right, again, depending on where it is, this is just, they're grabbing all the liquidity up here. Then they jam it down. Right, so if that starts to come down, don't assume, oh, it couldn't have been a B because I got a new high. No. If you completed the 5, right, you're looking for that to finish. Let's put it all together. Fuck, never the first click. Right, we're looking for that to come down here to get here. Now, if it got here and you had that pattern, how are you going to label it? Well, if you studied a little Elliott, you're going to do that. Okay, 5 followed by 3. I got an expanded B. What explains the expanded B? Liquidity. Where can they grab it? Every one, right? Remember I said when we started, every one of these is an advertisement in the auction process. Would you like to get some here? Oh, hot lows down here. Come on, get them. That's what's happening over and over and over again. Down here, right? So all we can do, so this we can control, right? What happens here, we don't really have any control. We don't, right? You can step in here, but maybe you got muscle. You can step in there and move the market, but you can't move it for long. So if you're taking this, this is what matters. Oh, great. This is what you need to focus on, right? It's it's as I was saying before, right? If you're in that trade, like, oh God, just give me this one because if I get this one, look at all the money I can make. As opposed to, what does the professional think? Oh, fuck, man, look at all the money I could lose. I'm not taking that. I'm not doing that size. What does the amateur think? Look at all the money I could make. Because that they don't know what's so insidious. Because how hard can it be, right? See, at the end of the day, so you're a trader? Well, so what? Market goes up or it goes down? Well, it can't be that hard. Right? It's going to go up or it's going to go down. Right. I mean, here's another thing I say all the time. Right. So you could think, well, how hard can this be? It's going to swing. It's going to retrace. This side breaks or that side breaks. How hard can that be? Okay. Brain surgery. Rocket scientists. We're you'd like to think we're the smartest people on the planet are, right? Working on the cure for cancer and trips to Mars. Well, a good chunk of them are trying to figure out where the S&P is going to be or Bitcoin's going to be tomorrow, next week, next month, right? When you're in here, think about who you're competing with. Who are you competing with in here? Well, aside from all the other retail traders, right? And we are all retail. You're competing with the big dogs. right? And what do they want? They want the money in your account. So what's the only thing you can do to make sure that they don't get it? Right here. Right here. That's the only thing you can control. If it goes, great. Fantastic. Nice analysis. Nice trade. Next trade. This is all you get to control. How much they hurt you. If they hit you, uppercut to the jaw, just a jab. Because I can take a jab all day. Jab, 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 no problem. Because eventually I'm going to get a hit. Okay, did I have one more you said?
Yeah, so this one is Strong USDT at KU Coin.
Strong USDT. Well, apparently that's the only option for Strong. Why do I know this one? Something we looked at this not too long ago.
I think this guy Joseph requested the same.
Oh,
same thing
yeah, yeah.
previously.
I was going to say because I don't know this coin. I don't even know anything about what they do. Well, okay, let's get out to this sounds familiar. Okay, let's get out to a daily here and take a look at it. Okay, so first,
yeah, he's requesting a daily log scale count.
Oh, okay. Well, so just looking at the range here, right? So your first thought is, do I need to be in log? Well, we went from 50 to 1250. Yeah, I think we do. Okay, so when it's in log, right, you start to see it. It opens it up a little bit. Okay, well, let's see for a sec. Well, I mean, this first blush, right? Just okay, lay it out. Okay, does that work? So then you got to come in here and say, oh, does it qualify? Does that all work? Okay, what's the first thing I'm going to do? First thing we're going to do is wick off the 1. Okay, does that work? If let's assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a 1. A, B, C. Oh, fuck it. Oh, it doesn't really matter, right? So it's 3. Was that? What's our low here? May 21. Well, you don't get a great 2, right? Now, it might look better here out of log as a 1, 2. Well, one thing we want to do here is, if that's our 2 here. Okay, so you see, to your eye can look like, wait, I got to check if that's long enough. Well, longer is longer, right? You don't. It's like, oh, I'm in log. It's not 100 in log. No, longer is longer. So in log, let's just do the same thing. Let's just see what we get here. Pretty good. Although I don't, well, it doesn't look like the subdivision really plays to do it this way. Looks like that's a triangle. Oh, fuck me, come here. Oh, 1. It's like W, X, Y. So it looks like that's the 2. A, B, C, D, E. So there's 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it looks like I've got that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the subdivision is there, so that looks pretty good. Oh, here we'll go micro. This looks like it's there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's kind of squirrely. Oh, all right. Now it just helps. I always change degree and color just so I don't get lost. Okay, so this is, wait, I just got to get this up. Oh, we'll go, what have we not used? Okay, so I got a 1, 2, 3. I like that as my 3. Oh, a little squishy on the finish here, but I'm not going to struggle with it. See, that looks like, but I might need it.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and run.
Oh yeah, I know you got stuff going on.
But Monty Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
I think we're all good with everything else. So
okay, all right, man.
See you all tomorrow.
Okay, thanks for your help.
All right, bye.
Yeah, Money Crypto's working remotely and help me out here. Okay, so we got a nice little triangle here on the 5, on the 3 to give us our 4. Okay, so this is all coming together nicely. It's a little, you're going to have to squish that in, a little squish at the top. But I am on a daily, so you can probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see. It looks like that's a 50. Well, that's kind of a fucker right there. But I think we need it. So coming from the top gets us an A wave. Looks like you'd have to do that. I wouldn't choose this. Oh, one of these here. I'd have to go down to a smaller time frame. So that looks like you've got an A, B, C going. So A, B. I don't want to go WXY, even though that looks like a 3. So it looks like that's got more to go. Algo just got paid. All right, so you've got your corner pocket here. Hopefully you guys recognize that we do it. It's the same way every time, right? So it never changes the way you approach it. Oh, come here, you fucker. Oh, that makes sense where that happens. You got all of this here. Just coming back here to grab that. So this, oh, here's the lower low. Well, here's your low. You broke here, lower low. Coming back to that. Okay, let's go here. I'm digressing here. Well, you're kind of, that's not what you wanted there. Okay, so let's, from the low, let's get it right on there. We really don't want this coming down this low. We want that 50 to be kind of the, or this zone right here to hold. You do have a high volume node here, which might help a little bit right off of all this. But you don't have the subdivision here is a little shaky. Okay, so let's go to a, hang on. Well, here we can take that off or hide it. It doesn't matter. Oh, let's try a 2 hour here because this is a little problem here. So there's a clear 3. God, do I have to do a WXY? I don't really want to. 1, 2. Let's stay with it. Well, you're gonna have to go 1, 2 there. Oh, I can see why you wanted some help. That's a tough one there. That has to be a 1, 2. All right, we're gonna have to dig in there. This is what I mean. That has to be a 1, 2 or an AB. That looks like a 4, but it doesn't come into the right place. Ugh. Whew, that's just awful. Well, it looks like a 4. So, God, is that what we're looking at? 1, 2, can't be. So this has to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to have to get the 3, 4 here. Oh, that's ugly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oof, that's nugget. Well, here I got to put that somewhere. Okay, so what can we see for sure? Tough one. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, Jesus. That has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give you the 3. A, B, C. But God damn, that's terrible. Can we go A, B? Look at the 2 relative to the 4, right? So right off the bat, I don't like that at all. Well, when I say that, I mean I'm reluctant to. I don't love the way this is getting counted right here, and I'm not sure we've got anything better. Well, let's see if we can. I don't think I can make that work as a 1, 2, 3. It's not long enough. Let's just see where we would qualify that. Where's your? Oh, his one is in green. Yeah, it's not long enough. No way to do it. You can't go 1, 2. So you have to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So that doesn't work. So, but this the 3 to the 4. So then you think, oh shit, can I go? Oh, fuck, is there anything tighter in there? Given that kickback, oh shit here. Got a tough one here. Come here. That's a triangle all day. Right there. We're parallel on the lows. Oh, it's ideally that would be a flat line, but I'm not such a purist. I wouldn't take that as a triangle. So how do we get that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. How are we gonna make that work? Unless you got to get your 1 here. 1, 2, 3. Might be able to do it here. You can't get an impulse in there, so oh fuck, this is brutal. Well, let's come back here. Well, this creates some problems. So because you can't have a triangle in the second, so you can't go 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see if there's another way we can work that. Do the 1 there, but then you can't get a son of a bitch. Well, let's pull it back out here. Let's see if we can get to something that makes sense. You might just be stuck with that, which is just horrible. Well, maybe we can finish it this way. We're going to have some sort of monster extension here. There. I would suggest you could be done there. That has to go to. Whew. Can't say I like that at all. But that may be the best thing you've got here. I don't know what to do with that. So you can't have a triangle there, so it can't be a 2. So this is a bit of a problem here. 1, 2. You're going to have to go 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the only thing I can think of. 1, 2, 1, 2. Using that 3 as your second 2. Oof, what a cluster that is. Well, I'll tell you what, if I can, I'll spend, God, I got homework to do. If I can come up with something better, I don't see it. Boy, that is brutal to get that to finish. You can't go 4 here. There's no way to do it. You want to finish here. That's all. That's the only thing you can do is a diag into the 2, 1, 2. Double bottom. 1, 2. Let's just see real quick here. I'm going to get stuck here if I'm not careful. Could I have finished that 5? Come here, you. I'd rather finish it here. If I can. Could I do it there? So that would have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Not much of a 5, is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like this better. Okay. That might play. Okay, we'll get there eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, spend enough time with it. You can usually get it. But sometimes on the fly, that's a toughie. Okay, so let's take that up. Put it in blue. All right, so that's I like this much better as a 2. It's just too big. The structure's way off. And as I will remind you, if you can, you want to try and finish a move like that all together. This was throwing me here because it looks like it's such a great triangle, but you can't make that work, right? So you're going to have to truncate that 5 and go 1, 2. That works. Okay, so all right. It was there. I just couldn't see it. Okay, so then that plays as a good 2 because it comes to a 50. Okay, so now this starts to look better. Okay, 1, 2, and that would be the next 1, 2. There's the, okay, so this would actually, so this implies more down. Okay, so let's get this all together. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so if we're going to label that, then that's going to go 1, 2. And you're going to have to work with that. But that's going to complete the 5 of the 3. Well, just out of curiosity, what did we do there? If that's 1 and that's 2. All right, so we're long enough here. At least we made the 100. So we've got a candidate for the 3. And we've got, this looks like it was good. If that's the 2 and that's the 3, 50 to the tick, there's the algo target. Okay, now it's coming together. Okay, so we got all of that going. All right, so if that's 3, let's wick off the 1 here. All right, this is not threatened anymore. So now we can get rid of that because we've got a completed impulse here. Now we're looking for a 3. Now, okay, starting to come together. So we've got this right here, right on the edge of the value area. So a kickback here. Now the geometry starts to play. Okay, so I've got a possible 3 into all of this structure here. The prior pivot here, all of that plays, which would imply a move down here. Whoops, a move down here. So 4. Come here. 5, 4. All right, let's come back here and see where that puts us. Remember, we don't want that 4 going too, all right, so this is the key level. Come on. I would do it, I would check both of them, or I'd have both marked. That's from the 2. But I don't want to look for any confluence here. Do I have anything that's really juicy? I don't. So I'd start here and hold, right, if this breaks. And so here's your absolute last stand here. You really don't want a 4 going that low. I don't see a different way. I don't think you can finish this. I don't think you can go 1. No, you can't. I mean, look at the swing structure here. It's this. That's what it is. Now, it looks a little different because we're in log scale, but I don't think you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? How are you going to... It would be a force fit. So you're just looking at potentially a deep 4. Okay, let's finish it up here. So what's the only thing we don't have here now? If we're going to do this, looking like that. Oh, you can put both of them on here just so you get some context. All right, this one here would have broken hard, right? So you've already broken that. Oh, let's change the color. So let's put that in green to match that wave count. Now then I would, this is going to be, it kind of fucks you because you're in just the hassle of log scale. So let's try and do it this way. Bring it down. Approximate here. Looks about right. Here, I'm just trying to match the distance between these two since I can't drag it because I'm in log scale. Well, we can get pretty close here. Here's the 100. So this boy, that really sets up pretty nicely. Well, you know, on the one hand, the good thing about this, if that I've got that count right, and we're going to come down here to get this, right, boy, we know right where our stop needs to be, right? We can't have that overlap, right? Because this is an impulse, this is a 3, this is an impulse, so you've got a clear invalidation point, so something else is going on here. Boy, actually, now I'm starting to like this. So if you come down here, look at the risk reward. So we can tee that up. A tough one to get, but once you got there, okay, where's reasonable target up here? Oh, well, here, I'll use second target. Well, let's use the top of the channel. All right. Jesus. How did that get so, what the hell? Oh, maybe because I'm on log scale. That's quite a, boy, that's really making it, oh, do I have the, let's try again. I did pull long, didn't I? Fuck. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. Lock scale is a pain in the ass, no doubt about it. Okay, so you don't need to be, I mean, a tick beyond that pivot. Right, is all you need, right? So you're giving yourself plenty of room there. Oh, we can use the algo target. Oh, just for fun, I'd probably want to tee this up just to see what I got there, if I got that. Interesting, right? Right on the center line of that channel. So I know that pull down here was good. Well, it's only 68 to 1. I mean, that's, you know, are you going to get that? Well, let's, here. If not, we don't have that, right? Look where that 1618 would be. You see that 1618 at the top of the screen? If I put that right on the 618, it's on top of the algo target. Hell, I may take that trade. I mean, what shit? Look at the risk reward here, 68 to 1. Where did I start with? I said I don't think I'm going to see a trade that's better than the first ones that Grant put up. Well, I'll do them by category. I don't know that you're going to see a better crypto trade than that. Because you've got this very clear, you know it's wrong, right? So whatever we're thinking here is wrong, right? If we overlap that by 1 tick. Shit, you could actually, I would just put it on the other side of 65. That's 86 to 1. Okay, ding, 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 we have a winner. Best trade setup of the day in terms of risk reward. And that's just assuming we go get the 5. Well, here, there's the median lines up here. You'd be, oh, wouldn't that be just gorgeous? Hit the median line as you're hitting that internal channel that was created from the 1, 2, 3. Now of course, let's be real with each other, right? So this is not what you really wanted. What you wanted was this. That's what you wanted, right? It's channeling holds it. It's all self-contained. You're right here at a 30. That would have been a 38. You're going up to the target. That's what you wanted here. So we're kind of accommodating. Oh, okay. Well, shit, crypto selling off, right? So is there an opportunity here? You could pull all of the Elliott off of it and just say swing, golden zone. By the way, look at where this median line tags. Right, do you see this? Pull this up. Right, this set of median lines. Look where that comes in. Right there. God, I'm starting to really like this trade. That would be a target. That would get you there. Well, we're getting into this summer. Right, it's not terrible. Work it out a little bit. 86 to 1. Okay, that's our winner for the day. Okay, I think we covered everybody. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll probably wrap it there. What is it? Oh, yeah, it's about, well, that's good timing, right? A little after 1:30. We try and hold them to 2 hours. Tricky, right? It's not what you wanted, but I still, with that, given the 86 to 1 here, you don't need to go heavy on the size. In fact, you don't want to, because the bigger the size that you would put on here, the more the temptation is going to be to just take it early. Oh, shit, look at how much I'm up. Right, when really, if you put on less size, you can just comfortably say, let's see if it gets to target. Now, a whole lot of shit can happen, right? There's the first thing you're going to have to get through, that giant high volume nugget. And there's going to be the algo resistance. Like all of that has to happen here. And you need a 5 to come out of here. So if this is going to play, if we're going to get, no shit here, let's take it down from the low. If we're going to come down here, you need a 1, 2, right? That's the first place you're going to worry. Oh shit, right? So, or the other thought is you wait for that and you take it here right at that structure, right? Prior resistance, comes the support. We got a high volume nugget here. Oh, we're right on the edge here because what do I need? I need a 3, 4, 5. So if you, that's so, you got to take that. I mean, that's a must take. If you're hitting a median line in the middle of a golden zone, you got to take that, right? Look at the risk. Yeah, I would take that one because that's so rare, right? To hit a median line in the golden zone, that's a must take. Right? It happens so rarely. Oh, but so maybe you take a piece of it here on the anticipation you're going to get another fallback, another kickback here. So you might get something along those lines here. That's very common, right? Test that. So you just think of the outside parallel as a trend line. Let's break it and then let's retest it from above, right? Right at a golden zone. What would you have again, right? So don't forget to do this. Right, you see how the median lines are guiding you the whole way? Well, here's the median line tag at the golden zone for the first one. You're trying to get in sync with the largest one to get to that median line up here. Right, you could damn near throw the Elliott out, right, and just work off the swing structure and the geometry. But the Elliott is going to, that was a bitch, but the Elliott's going to give you a little context here. Oh, can I finish it here? Well, you actually can, right? Took me a minute to get it going, but once you got it, oh, look at that. I'm going to finish with a 5. And that's perfectly reasonable. 5 to finish with, looks just fine. Has the right look. Well, it's a nice little setup. So, and come down here, right? And you don't feel like you have to go the full load, right? Maybe you take your dollar cost average in, right? So maybe the first little bite here as you come into the structure, another 20% here, 30, you take it all the way down here. So when you get to right here, you're fully loaded to the size you wanted. But you didn't on the possibility, right? Because they do this often, right? You come down here, you won't get there. Oh, and they'll tease you. Oh, we won't get there. Oh, and then it's going to go, and you're going to say, God damn it. That way, you're sure to be included in that. If that comes down, you're getting filled. Now it starts to come back, right? Now you got to do the math and make sure you may not still be getting 88 to 1, but you got to do the math. How much can I afford to risk here? If it's not so much that you can't sleep at night, then you just relax. Okay. Look at the beautiful TA. Look at that technical confluence I got, right? That's about as good as we get ever. Well, I didn't like that one. It didn't look good enough. Really? You got one, you're going to put a trade on the table here that's got better risk reward and it's got a better upside than 88 to 1 within context at a median line at a golden zone? No, I don't think so. If you do, I'd like to see it. Okay, guys, let me wrap it up there. That's great stuff. Everybody, really strong content. I got 2. I know I got homework. SCO. Oh, NEO. Was it NEO? Yeah, NEO and the S&P. Okay, so I'll post those. It'll be a comment under the video for anyone who's curious, or maybe you don't give a shit, right? But it'll be there if anyone's curious. Members, I'll post it in this channel so you can see it, right? Maybe it's helpful to you guys. All right, we'll wrap it there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I hope you get a little nugget or two along the way, something that can help you. And we had good trade setups today, so lots of things to chew on. All right, guys, have a good one. Don't miss Money Crypto tomorrow, Wednesday, same time, same place. I'll be back on